sick. Beautiful. John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funerals. And bombing blows, they now viewing you. They never find the guns, but the sewers do. Bubba was sick, he need medicine. Burn back to life, never dead again. Richard don't make watches for presidents. Just a million trapped between skeletons. This the darkest that I ever been. The diamonds make you taste peppermint. You ain't driving the snow like the revenant. And send orders back down and keep shoveling. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. You know, get caught when you look side to side. Like what did they say? And they ain't the Lord's voice. And then you realize that the devil is talking to you. I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit. All that talent must be God sent. I send your ass back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip-hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But fuck it, the West minds me right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous, however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's. I drop your Pentagon to show up at your gender reveal. And tell them, give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general. Wear my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis. Let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickhead. She must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. They genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light. A good year full of free will. Trump card, tell me not to spare your life. You know, get caught when you look side to side. Like what did they say? And they ain't the Lord's voice. And then you realize that the devil is talking to you.
I just couldn't stop it. Oh, God. Oh, thank you. I forgot to respond. It was a late, long night. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I could listen to that for hours on repeat. For hours. I have listened to that for hours on repeat. Yes. Hello, beautiful people. Mic check, mic check. I realized I didn't do it. I know the music was hella loud. Oh, and the microphone was down low too. And that was not piped in. That's that big old little tiny speaker back there that makes lots of beautiful loud music. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, I was like, well, technically I'm starting as close to its time as possible, but I can't turn this song off. I need to hear it all. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, what a time to be alive. Hello, beautiful people. Let me pull it together. It's early in the morning and I'm having trouble turning music off. I'm in the zone and in the vibe. So I've been trying to pull myself together for the live for a minute. Just been in my own little cocoon, which is always nice in the morning. But anyway, Hello, how you doing? Hit that like button. We have regathered today to talk about all the things we didn't talk about yesterday because we were talking about Candace Owens getting proper slapped by the whole president of France and his wife. Oh man, I just revel in it. I really do just revel in it. But it was long. There is a supercut for members. I can't, speak to the quality of the supercut, but I did my best, Tom. I did my best. Somebody left a comment like, "There's something weird at the 23-minute mark," and I was like, "If it's not a titty, I don't know what to tell you." I did my best. I did my best. So yeah, there's there's a lot of just little things to catch up on. We're staying timely because we're waiting for the big thing, which is the decision on motion to dismiss the Drake v. UMG lawsuit. I told folks in yesterday's live at the very end my silly little theory of maybe we're going to get it this week. And I'll explain that theory to you in just a moment. But first, hello, beautiful people. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Shout out to everybody who is here. Shout out to all the silent looters who are watching, but don't get deep into the chat. Drop a hand, drop a heart, give a wave. We know you're here and we appreciate you. Shout out to the best mod squad on the internet, holding it down. Held it down yesterday. No doubt going to hold it down today. Okay. Um, Shout out to all of the subscribers and members here on YouTube. Shout out to all the members on Patreon. Shout out to all the subscribers on shout out to all of the supporters on Substack. And shout out to the 13 beautiful people who jumped on it this morning and said, "Oh, links are available for pre-sale. Links are available for pre-sale." So if you, sorry, I'm attempting to multitask. If you are a member and you want an individual book signed, those discount codes are up in your member spaces. If you want a bundle at discount, those are available to you now on pre-sale. The link is pinned at the top of this chat and it's in the description of this video. There's a document that I'm looking for that I can't find. I could have swore I downloaded this document, but if I already paid for it, maybe I don't have to pay for it again. Okay, anyway. So yes, if you were not in the live yesterday or you haven't caught the very long whole replay, including let me turn that speaker off. That's going to be scaring the hell out of me for a minute. Anyway, my for funsies prediction on maybe this is coming this week is that there is an outstanding item on the docket right now. It is today 10 days old, and it's the motion to serve the witness. It's the Drake motion to serve the witness through alternative means. We talked about that. So that's 10 days out. We talked about the recent foolishness. That's insignificant and doesn't require any timely action by the court. But um, the motion to serve a witness through alternative means, that is a somewhat timely issue because it's related to discovery and fact finding and obtaining documents and the like, and all of those things have a schedule attached to them. So it's something that does need to be addressed by the court. But after 10 days, it has not been addressed by the court. And so my for funsies, because, we have no indication of when this decision is going to come. And what I'm telling you right now is not an indication of when this decision is going to come. What I'm telling you right now is that this is how I cope. This is how I cope with it's telling me I already have this document and I don't see it anywhere. Okay, fine. This is how I cope with the fact that we have no indicator whatsoever on when this decision is actually going to come down. Statistically, maybe around the 30-day mark. We're 25 days out. It could come this Friday. And again, my for funsies is this thing that is directly related to discovery, and they're in discovery now, is been sitting on the docket with no action for 10 days. And so maybe that is an indicator, because sometimes it can be an indicator that a judge is focused on something else. Okay. And this judge could be focused on a myriad of other things not related to this case. Again, we have no indicator. This is my coping mechanism. But there are times when things are piling, coming onto the docket, and the judge is like, well, I've got a pretty significant decision that may impact additional motions that have come onto the docket. So let me focus on all of the time that it is going to take to get that out, and I'll get to those things after. Again, that is a complete 1000% hypothetical. It's my little coping mechanism, but it has been 25 days, and I would hope to God that this doesn't go past the 45-day mark because I will be tortured. I will be feeling the torture and the struggle of, what the hell is going on, basically. So that is where things are at. Okay. Let me do something here real quick. Getting us kicked off. Appreciate you, Phyllis Powell. Afternoon, ABSA. Afternoon, chat. We ready. We ready for all the foolishness. All the foolishness. So today, in updates, let's start with the simple one. Clipse is not going to be kicking it with Elmo. In a way, and there's no information that this is actually going to happen. And if you don't know, there is a post floating around social media saying that Clipse is about to go on Sesame Street. And I posted a screenshot of it in the Discord and then came back to it, was like, this is not real. I just need to make sure that people know that, because there are people on the internet who are like, well, when and where I'm pulling up. And no, Elmo has not announced this on his Instagram. Sesame Street has not said anything, but I think it's funny. And that's why I put it on there. I think it's funny. I think it's a good ode and a tip to the rollout and the fact that they have done, listening parties with, they did a freaking Ask Us Anything on Reddit. They'd had a whole week on Genius. They've done podcasts. They've done, YouTube. They've been everywhere, late night. They're going on tour. So, for the sake of posterity, I thought it was actually one of the most genius ways to kind of encapsulate for the moment how effective their rollout and promo has been for Let God Sort 'Em Out. Yes, I saw that. Grand opening, grand closing. Yeah. Yeah. We do love you, silent looters. We do love you. So, yes, today, aside from the fact that Clipse continues to be amazing, and I look forward to seeing, because I feel like they've got another they're not even, like, taking steps. They're like giants taking plateaus, you know, in a single stride. I feel like there are some plateaus yet to come for us to experience from them, and, thank you in advance. Much appreciated. Curtsy. And then we have updates, okay? We have updates on the Barry White Trust versus Rodney O. Now we have an update on Rodney O and Nicole Key versus Future, Kenny, Metro, the Barry White Trust, and everybody else. Some things have come on to that docket, finally. And then we have where we're going to start, which is the MAGA Cox. Cox. I'm just enunciating for the sake of enunciation. The MAGA Cox. Okay. So, some longtime viewers, or at least one longtime viewer, who is not going to get named in the chat, found themselves outside the spaceship yesterday during the live when we had a conversation about it's on the tip of my brain. Let me pull the details together. Let me pull the details together. We had a conversation about the fact that the president and First Lady of France are suing Candace Owens in part because they have said that she has the first lady has completely lied about her identity, was born someone else of a different sex at birth, etc., and so on. That should not be confused with somebody is suing because they themselves are anti-trans and being called or referred to or categorized or cast as trans is a slur and inherently a negative. And I used a flippant but nevertheless effective, you know, um, analogy of Candace could be saying anything about this woman. And she's not just saying she was born a man. She's saying other things that are stunning and outlandish and already proven in a French court to be absolutely defamation and untrue. And So somebody in the comments popped off, and this is a paraphrase, and I'll let you know right now, full disclosure, I didn't see it, okay? We have mods here and we have mod captains, and I trust the mods, and I've said this before, I'm gonna trust the mods when they make a decision. Even if it is might not necessarily reflect the decision that I would make, and I'm not saying that in regards to this situation, I'm just saying that full stop. So somebody said in the chat, and I'm paraphrasing, as it was paraphrased to me, being trans is some white people shit. And other things were said as well. And uh the mod captains and myself have a private chat and we had a conversation about it. Um and I said I'm not gonna overrule the decision. Um and I'm not gonna overrule the decision. What I am gonna do for everybody else is say that in 2025, it is your responsibility and completely unacceptable that you have not taken this upon yourself if you engage in the culture the way that you do, to educate yourself on us as a people. Black and indigenous people around the world. And to educate yourself on the difference between sex and gender. And I don't really know what else to say. If you can't put 2 and 2 together and go do your own research on those things, I'm not gonna give a 45-minute clinic. Sex and gender are not the same things. Gender, as we live it and experience it today in the dominant society, is a social construct. It is made up. Full stop, period. I'm not gonna debate you, and I don't give a good goddamn what it is that you have to say. You can't quote anything to me. Not a thing. Because sex and gender are 2 different things. Okay? Sex, in the terminology that we use it and understand it today, is also a social construct. But at the baseline, we can at least point to some scientific difference and nuance because sex is also not a binary. All of these things are on a spectrum. And you have a responsibility to learn these things. If you are a person in the world, you can disagree with it. You can be an ignorant fool and call it a lifestyle choice to make yourself feel better. You can do all of those things. You can crack wise with your ignorant little friends in your own little circle somewhere else. I am personally disappointed that that person is gone. And I stand by that person being gone. Because at the end of the day, that is unacceptable. Here's another thing that is unacceptable. And might as well be a slap in my face. And if you feel this way, you should leave. If you can objectively look at a person who is spreading known lies that are damaging to the stability of a functioning society and say, well, I hope they win because France as a country. You are what is wrong today in the age of stupid. You have no spine. And you can be led by your nose like a dog. And you are a danger to everybody else. Your stupidity, your willful ignorance. It is devastating that we have the free will to be totally socially irresponsible and think that there's no consequence, either because we don't feel it or because we don't see it, or because it's not immediate. So you caught the airlock, and you will continue to catch the airlock. So having said all of that, that whole preface, and accepting the fact that we are about to have a conversation about a trans woman who is a woman, you may proceed to clown, because that's what we're about to do. Okay? So I don't follow Laverne Cox. I don't know if I've ever watched anything that she has been in. I definitely did not watch Orange is the New Black. And I never will. So, but I've seen a lot of interviews with her over the years. A lot of interviews with her over the years. And so when this popped up the other day on social media, it was on a different account that I follow. And I couldn't, if you don't know, Laverne Cox put out a promo for her one woman show at a winery in New York. White women. In her dressing room, in front of the mirror, talking to the camera. Like, there was a lot of like extra Valley Girl. And so, like, 5 years ago when I met my ex-boyfriend, we were together for 3 years. Pause. 5 years ago, 2000. They were together for 3 years. So, was he in DC? You're like, DC? Okay, roll clip. So, my ex-boyfriend, we were in love. We met 5 years ago. We were together for like 3 years. And like, he was like total MAGA voter, and like, but, like, I have my own politics. Like, yeah, I have my own. And like, we were so in love, like 5 years ago when we first met. We were together for 3 years, and he totally is MAGA, just MAGA. And I'm 43 and he was 26 and we were in love, girl. Oh my God, we were in love. And I'm like, 5 years ago, you were together for 3 years. He's MAGA, 26. Oh, I forgot, girl. New York City police officer. Yeah, girl. We were so in love. Matter of fact, this is so yeah, girl, like we were so in love and like oh my God, he was 26. The sex was amazing. But like, I have my own politics. But like, yeah, girl, if you want to hear more about this, and other crazy total stories from my totally crazy life, like, get a ticket to my one woman show at the winery. All right, girl. Yeah, you're gonna learn so much. Yeah, you're gonna learn so much about me. Like, it's really interesting. My stories about my crazy life. Like, oh, wow. Uzu, cut to it. Ma'am, you were his fetish, and he wanted you and every black person gone from this country. She said MAGA voter. She didn't just say MAGA. She said MAGA voter. Do you know the dagger? That is somebody walking up to you and stabbing you in the chest and the back at the same time. At the same time. MAGA in the back. In the back. MAGA voter? Both at the same time. Bitch, what? Are you? I left comments. I was like, first of all, I need to see this for myself because the other thing is the first thing so I see it on somebody else's, they're getting ready to, go the fuck off. So they've got it in their background, they're in the foreground, and I'm looking at the screenshot that they've got or the still video that they've got behind it, and I'm looking and I'm like, the first thing I thought is like, is that Whitney Houston? There's some weird thing going on here. So I'm looking and I'm like, no, that looks like Laverne Cox. And then, I'm like, play video, because I do not have Instagram set up to automatically play videos because I love myself. People be saying crazy stuff. So I was like, okay, play, unmute. What is happening here? And sure as shit, he's going off about, do you see this bitch right here? Is talking about her backup boyfriend and da 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 da. And I was like, no. Went directly over to Laverne Cox's, because I was like, it must be because they said this was a couple days ago. So I was like, it must be gone now. It must be gone now. I went over there. It's 2 rows down. I'm like, it's still there. Click on it. I watched the whole thing from beginning to the end. I am mortified, absolutely mortified. And then I open the comments, and I'm reading the comments and I'm like, she's got one comment that's pinned, and who is another idiot who has no self-worth whatsoever and thinks exceptionalism equals equality. It doesn't. Yeah, the dolls, our whole dating pool is full of people who would just go figure. Like, they want us dead, but they just can't get enough of the dolls. Have you lost your fucking mind? We could compare stories about my dating life and da 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 da. But so you're dating these people. You have no self-worth whatsoever. You need therapy. Bad. Immediately. I don't care what she says. She has since tried to. Nope. Stand where you stood. Say what the fuck you said. Selling your whole sorry ass to sell some tickets at a winery for a one-woman show. This is pathetic behavior. Part of me was like, please, God, let this be a lie for some coin. Let it just be a lie. Please, God, let it be a lie. Let it be a lie. Let it be a lie. Good God Almighty. And I am all for people keeping their private life private. I really am. I am all for it. But you were in love. You were in love. We ain't even seen a blurry photo on the back of a tabloid. 3 years? You were in love? No, my dear. That is not what this was. Wow. Absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. She needs help. She needs to publicly share that she's received said help before I will accept her back. Yeah, because you don't get to just shrug that off and be like, love is love, bitch. Are you crazy? Judas, traitor. Judas, traitor. Kiki missed my impersonation of her video. Judas, traitor. How dare you? How dare you fix your face to try and say, we don't understand? Oh, no. No. Absolutely not. No. And we didn't ask. We didn't ask. We did not ask you. We were not thinking about you. Ain't been thinking about you. Ain't thought about you. And you decided I need to sell these white women who drink wine and, as Fateless said, disagree with their husbands and think that means that they're, on the right side of history. What the fuck? You know what? And she looks like a bed wench in that video. She looks like a whole ass bed wench out of Les Mis. That is a Les Mis haircut. Facts. This is facts. I know this to be true. 26-year-old NYPD cop, MAGA voter. I was like, oh my God. Assault. I told you we go and proceed to clown on the things that are clownable. You done lost your damn mind. And what the fuck is that on your head? What am I looking at? I cannot. I can fucking not. Hit the like button. Shit. She sounds like she's lost it in that video. She sounds like she's fucking lost it. Because who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? The sex was incredible. Girl, you can catch these stories for $39.99. Yes. Head ass. What the fuck? I was like, what? I was really like, what happened? But I guess we know. Nickelodeon, hello, beautiful. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Came to pay tribute. Somebody got to do it. The Cox article in Out magazine is especially damning. Magnanimous. Bitch, we're busy speaking the truth to power, not bending over for it. Woo! Yes, baby. Yes. I'm bulletproof. You done lost your damn mind. You done lost your damn mind. You done lost your damn mind. Ain't no way. 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 I've got biological family members who don't know that I exist because they're MAGA. Who's going to tell them? Nobody else is going to tell them. I'm certainly not going to tell them. I ain't got nothing to talk to you about, fam. Not nothing, not an area word, not a hi, bye, how you doing, where you been, what was life like, nothing. Nothing. I gave the heaviest Negro spiritual black queer sigh when I watched that video. Child, traitor, traitor, shame, 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 ring the bell. Shame, shame, shame. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. No, 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 no. It's the hoeing it out for me. It's the hoeing it out for me. You could have taken that to your grave and you should have. Get on. Ain't nobody asking about you. Ain't nobody asking about you. We ain't checking for you. It's absurd. It's absurd. And that's really that. Yeah, it's the hoeing it out for me. I'm just like, you have no dignity and no self-respect whatsoever. Because how desperate do you have to be? Pretty fucking desperate. You got to be pretty fucking desperate to put your black ass out there. Talking about MAGA Dick 2020. You lost your fucking mind. In 2020, you met in 2020 and you thought this was a good idea. Of all the years, of all the fucking years, I'm telling you, man, chest and back. I was like, what the fuck? What? What? While white women were hunting MAGA down on dating apps and turning them into the FBI, Sorry. I got distracted. Did she fall off that bad after Orange is the New Black? I, I don't know what's going on with her pocket, but how desperate do you have to be? Just every single component of this scenario is so one woman show winery. I'm just like, this is trash. This is trash. This is what we're witnessing is trash. We were in love. Oh God. I don't have anything constructive to add. As you can see, I'm disgusted, and that is ass, and ain't no way. Ain't no way. I mean, I don't even know. I think that people are so far gone, Candace Owens, in their spectacle. I mean, that video is really a pathetic person trying to look like a confident person who's so comfortable with her choices that she's speaking about them openly in a one-woman show. But at the end of the day, that's not who you are if you're doing this. You're performing your self-confidence and comfort to cover up for the fact that you hoeing this information out to sell tickets. Write a fucking book. That's when we usually hear about this kind of shit. Such and such has a book coming, and in one of the, released excerpts says da 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 da. Get everybody talking about your little book. Nobody's gonna buy it. Just like nobody but white women are gonna buy tickets to go see this goddamn show because nobody cares. Somebody gonna buy a ticket to go up there and tell you you're a horrible fucking person and a traitor. Yeah, you've advertised your location and sold access to it for somebody to just be like, you are a really what the fuck is the matter with you? No, go ahead. I want to hear the story. Go ahead. Just sitting all up in the front row, not laughing, not just the whole show, just about 3 of them. Just waiting for you to get to that part. I want to hear, I want to hear the full story. Go ahead. I got an $18.99 Groupon. Got a free drink at the bar too. Go ahead, run it. Let me hear it. Thank you, C. Marsbat. Disappointed teacher gaze from the first row. Chris with a K. Who does she think her audience will be now? Who does she think her fan base is? Fateless. White women who think they are allies because they vote different than their husbands and boyfriends and have a singular gay or black best friend. I feel like this is a copy and paste from a previous conversation that we had. I'm not mad at it. Efficiencies. So yeah, I don't know how anybody could defend that. Or why they would, because that would make me look at them funny. Well, what is really going on? Go ahead, expose yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead, let us know. Let it be known. Let it be known just how privileged and twisted up in the head you are about real life on the planet Earth right now. For people, period, but especially people just like you. How's the NYPD treating trans people in custody? I'm just curious. Has that ever, like, I don't know, been an issue in New York specifically? I'm not sure. Head ass. You might as well kill me. Infamous Jedi. Even if I did that, Batman couldn't get that info out of me because I know what it looks like. You'd have to kill me. No. 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 I was being facetious. I know this. TQ. Hey, ABSA. NYC here. NYPD is notorious for abusing and torturing trans women, especially by putting them with male prisoners. I know. I know. So yeah. Terrible person. You're a terrible person. You're not an ally. You're not an ally. And I've like I said, I can't think of anything that that she doesn't come to mind for. Oh yeah, I saw her, and there's none of that. Just lots of interviews and stuff. Um, I've never sought her out. I've certainly the fuck never will, and I don't want to hear anything she has to say ever again. Period. It is irrelevant. What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you? Yes. This is a silly question. That's a silly, silly, silly question. Yeah, we do. And it was canceled. So, on theme for her. Guess she's on a cancellation streak because, baby, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You might as well go all the way over there. You might as well go all the way over there. because it's never gonna get cracking over here for you again ever. So you might as well go all the way over there and just, declare your full allegiance to your people. You don't have to hide it anymore. And then you now advertise yourself to all the MAGA men. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Oh, God, how could I forget? I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, and like, we were so in love, and I was 43, and like, he was 26, and blonde hair, blue eyes, just chiseled all down, MAGA voter, NYPD, but I have my own politics. Yeah, I have my own politics. I got them from Temu. Head ass. Poison Ivy. Hello, beautiful. Did shutting up stop being free? I volunteered this information, Laverne, because she's broke. She needs the money. That's how she was talking about politics, though. Like they were a thing that you can fit in your purse. You know? That's how she was talking about it. But those are his politics, like shoes. Those are his politics. I got my own. Okay, bitch. Okay. She didn't really expound on what her own politics were. She just said that she has her own. She bought them somewhere. Who cares? Doesn't matter. You're a fucking hypocrite. Those aren't really your politics. Those aren't really your politics. Oh, God. So, yeah, side eye forever. Side eye forever. That video it's short, sour, but it is so layered. It is so there are so many things about it in just that short little video. And then the caption of, "Here's the link to tickets," is just disturbing. And you can spend time thinking about on their own as just little components of the bigger thing of just like, wow. Wow, 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 wow. The mental gymnastics you gotta do to get to that point of saying it out loud with your whole fucking chest. Unbelievable. Hit the like button. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about like that. We are going to look at updates for 2 separate lawsuits. The first one is Rodney O. Well, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. The first one is the Barry White Trust versus Rodney O and Joe Cooley. We just talked about this. And the details are swimming around in my brain of all these different cases. But last we talked, the judge had given the Barry White Trust permission to file a motion for sanctions for attorney's fees and the like for the lack of discovery by Rodney O and Joe Cooley. Rodney O has filed, you know, untold, combined, they've filed almost 50 nonsensical things onto the docket. One of the most popular things that Rodney O has been trying to argue is to say that, excuse me, the Barry White Trust has not proven that they own Barry White's song that the trust alleges Everlasting Bass takes from. The judge has denied this motion every single time. And then on July 11th, there was actually a hearing, a live hearing, okay, where they were having live interaction with each other and with the judge. And the judge explained to Rodney O everything. Everything. This is what discovery is. This is what your responsibilities are to discovery. These are, the penalties that you could accrue for not participating in discovery. And as for your, they don't even have standing to sue motion that you keep bringing, come back to that in November when the case is at a different stage and bring it up then. But there, you can bring me nothing right now to get me to dismiss this case. No argument, and certainly not this one. And so while he has been saying they haven't proven standing, he's been saying, concurrent to that, I've been demanding documentation from them regarding their standing, and they haven't given it to me. So they're not participating in discovery in good faith either, not producing what I want. And he keeps motion to compel, motion to compel, motion to compel on the docket. It's another thing where the judge is like, no, 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 no. Either this is improper or you're doing it at the wrong time or, whatever. Just no, 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 no. So you would think, a reasonable person would think, that if the judge keeps saying, no, 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 knock it off. And the judge has now said, hey, I'm giving the green light to opposing counsel for them to move for sanctions, to have attorney's fees covered because of your biscuit headassery. You would think he would stop filing ridiculous shit on the docket. But no. A couple days ago, Rodney O filed a motion to compel production of the chain of title ownership of the Barry White asset and authorization to sue. This is the other thing, is he's saying, these people haven't proven that they have standing. And all of this shit has been proven over and over and over again. The judge has ruled on these things over and over and over again. After meeting with him, after all of this stuff, he files a couple days ago motion to compel production of chain of title and authorization to sue, which the judge has said has already been satisfied. So again, this is just like a very quick update, and then we'll get to the other lawsuit that he's involved in regarding like that as well. Share my screen. So this morning, the judge issued an order Defendant Rodney Oliver filed a letter motion to compel discovery on July 21. Oliver requests two categories of discovery. Number one, a full itemized chain of title from Barry White to the Barry White Family Trust for the Barry White composition, and two, all documents related to the Barry White Family Trust authorization to begin this lawsuit. The plaintiffs represented at the July 11th conference that they have produced documents relevant to the first request. Their letter of July 15 also stated that they have provided exhaustive chain of title documents to the defendants. Oliver does not provide any basis to find that documents were missing from those productions. Instead, he appears to argue that the produced documents are insufficient to demonstrate that the plaintiffs have, quote, an unbroken and verified chain of title, end quote. This argument is appropriately raised at summary judgment, which she has told him 30 fucking times. Maybe not that many. I'm being facetious, but several. The second request is premature. The plaintiffs have invoked the attorney-client privilege and represented that they will provide a privilege log upon completion of document production. Accordingly, it is hereby ordered that Oliver's July 21 letter motion is denied. This dude is ridiculous, and I'm so disappointed that they've extended fact discovery for an additional month until September 2, I think. I think it was supposed to end August 1, and it's gonna end September 2. I'm so disappointed about that because I'm so sick and tired of this dude. This is so just like it's so ridiculous. It's so absurd. It's irrational behavior, and that's pretty much all you can say about it. It is irrational behavior. I don't know who this dude thinks he is. So, let's move on to the other um lawsuit. But first, I need to go fill up my smoothie. I'll be right with y'all in just a moment. All right. We're back. Okay, so Rodney O and Nicole Key filed a lawsuit against Kendrick, Future, Metro, the Barry White Trust, attorneys for the Barry White Trust, Sony, Epic, a couple other entities, and John Doe's 1 through 10. That lawsuit has been sitting on the docket for approximately 50 days with no action taken. The first action that needs to be taken is that Rodney O and Nicole Key have to serve Kendrick Lamar, Future, Metro, the Barry White Trust, or the legal representatives of the Barry White Trust, Sony, Epic, the other entities, and John Doe's 1 through 10. You have to serve them a summons of the lawsuit. That is what initially really gets a docket going. They have 90 days to do that. Like I said, it's been approximately 50 days since summons were issued, but none have been returned to the court. So that suggests nobody has been served at this point in time. Or for some reason, they're delaying their filing of the return of summons, maybe for dramatic effect. Who knows? At any rate, I was very surprised when I got a notification that there was an update on this docket. As a matter of fact, I missed it. I saw the names. It's very similar to the other one. And so I was like, oh God, it can wait. So when I finally went and checked my email, I was like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. This is something else. This is filed by Nicole Key. And it is related to discovery. Okay. So this is the declaration of Nicole Key regarding service of process and counsel's authority. I, Nicole Key, declare under penalty of perjury. I am the pro se plaintiff in the above captioned matter and make this declaration based on my personal knowledge. On July 14, 2025, I sent an email to Dorothy Weber requesting confirmation as to whether she was authorized to accept service of process on behalf of the Barry White Family Trust, including its identified trustees, Glodine White and Jack Perry. So, what does that mean? Nicole Key emailed Dorothy Weber to ask her, are you authorized to receive service summons this lawsuit? Can I serve you this lawsuit on behalf not to her, because remember, she's a party. So somebody else has to serve her directly, because anyway, it's complicated. Anyway, so she's not asking her, can I serve you? Because I'm suing you. She's saying, well, I'm suing the Barry White Trust, and you're one of their identified attorneys. Are you authorized on this matter to accept service of this lawsuit on behalf of the identified trustees of the trust? That's what that is. A true and correct copy of that email is attached. Ms. Weber responded on July 15, rejecting my inquiry in toto, but failed to provide any documentation or public record demonstrating her authority to accept service on behalf of the trust or its trustees. So this is where it automatically takes a right turn. This should not be complicated, right? It's a yes or no question. And when somebody says to you, yes, I'm authorized to receive service, they can back that up with documentation, or their word is their word, especially if they're an officer of the court. So they have no reason to misrepresent whether or not they are or are not authorized to receive this lawsuit. They just answered the damn question. But it would appear that Nicole Key doesn't just want an answer, she wants proof. Consider what we just looked at on the other docket. Consider what they're saying they don't have on the other docket, that they're not getting on the other docket. And now all of a sudden, in what should be an easy, simple, can you receive this lawsuit? It's all of a sudden gone to, you need to prove you're authorized to receive this lawsuit. You need to prove your relationship to the named trustees. Okay. I followed up on July 15 and 16, again requesting written confirmation or documentation showing authorization, and I specifically noted the absence of any filing in the related matter. Case number, we just looked at it, demonstrating such authority. Keep in mind, all of this is going to the same judge. Rodney O is over there on that docket saying, do these people even have the authority to sue? Have they proved that? And now on this docket over here, Nicole Key is saying, prove your standing. I note there's no proof of your standing over here on this docket, which is not true. But this is what they're sticking to. This is their story. This is their narrative. On or about July 16, Ms. Weber's office transmitted a purported waiver of service. I had not submitted any request for a waiver under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure, P4, nor had I included the written notice, copy of the complaint, or prepaid return method required under Rule 4. See Exhibit E. Accordingly, I informed counsel that any waiver executed unilaterally would be without effect under the rule. Under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure, Rule 4, a valid waiver must originate from a proper request by the plaintiff and be executed by a person authorized to receive service. Because Ms. Weber has not demonstrated such authority, I am proceeding with personal service on the individual trustees and their respective capacities. I submit this declaration in good faith to place this issue before the court and to preserve the record of my efforts to obtain confirmation of counsel's authority prior to incurring the cost of formal service. Okay, but let's get to the exhibits. So this is an email from Nicole Key to Dorothy Weber inquiring, are you authorized to receive service? On behalf of the Barry White Family Trust and Glodine and Jerry. And then, so that's the 14th. And then on the 15th, I have found no evidence of your authorization to do so based on my research of the public court record. So she's saying you're not authorized to be here. She's saying you need to give me proof that you're authorized to work on this, to litigate this case. And so then Miss Weber lets her know a response to your letter is being prepared. And then Nicole Key retorts, my statement is based on my research. I found no evidence you are authorized. I respectfully ask you to provide me with any document I may have missed to provide to prove otherwise. I will need to receive a confirmation answer that you are authorized. Otherwise, I will proceed accordingly. So this is Weber responding to Nicole Key. She goes over, a bunch of shit. So they just go back and forth, bickering back and forth. Nicole Key. Miss Weber, I am writing to address your recent correspondence regarding the waiver of service and to clarify the proper party in this matter. First, please note that Lady Key Management Inc. is not named in the complaint and is not a plaintiff in this action. As stated in the agreement between Rodney and myself, I own Everlasting Base in my individual capacity, including a business entity that is not involved in this dispute, is improper and should be avoided in all future communications and filings. Second, your filing of a waiver of service is improper. I did not send any formal request for a waiver of service. As you know, the rule requires that a waiver be properly requested by the plaintiff with the required written notice. Blah, blah, blah. I reject your waiver. The waiver was sent by a colleague. Dorothy Weber responds, if you wish to incur the cost of a process server instead of doing it this way, that is your choice, and we will so advise the court. Nicole Key. Miss Weber, correct. It is my choice. Please don't concern yourself with my financials. That is one of the reasons of this lawsuit. You have interfered in my dealings. I will also inform the court of your attempt to mislead a pro se litigant about the process. Your legal advice was unsolicited. Please refrain from offering it. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. Nicole Key. This is the waiver of service of summons, which basically says, yeah, serve your shit. She said, I'm not going to do that. I don't accept your waiver. You're trying to mislead me. I'm not going to serve you. I'm going to pay hundreds to thousands of dollars to go individually serve other people. Knock yourself out, sister. Knock yourself out. So she put this on the docket as she, threatened to do so in her, I will inform the court of your attempt to mislead a pro se litigant about the process. Your legal advice was unsolicited. Please refrain from offering it. How are you going to get smart and then misspell? So that is the update on that. We'll see if she ever actually gets around to serving anybody in this lawsuit or not. Yes, I did. I did say reframe. That's the update. That's the update. And now it's time for you to tell me, what do you want to talk about? What was the gotcha she was trying to get? I don't fucking know. I don't know. They're trying to argue that these people have no standing to have filed the lawsuit, the other lawsuit in the first place. They're getting no play on the docket after dozens of attempts. No play. Now they're over in the lawsuit that they filed, basically saying the same shit. You're not even authorized to be here based on my research. And you're trying to trick me on process service so that I mess up. You're trying to trick me so that it jeopardizes the standing of my lawsuit and I screw up service. That's what she's saying. You're trying to trick me into serving you instead of serving the properly authorized parties. That's what she's saying. You can totally feel it. You can feel the attitude, you can feel the superiority kick, you can feel the ego, you can feel all of the things of just she's trying to argue process and rules with a lawyer because now she needs to be smarter than a lawyer in order to win. So now she's literally wagging her finger at a lawyer based on my research of these rules. This is what you are supposed to do, and you are not doing it properly. And I am going to inform the court that you are not doing it properly. Who the fuck is you? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know. So she's not asking for anything. The judge doesn't have to do anything. The judge doesn't have to respond to that. The judge doesn't have to acknowledge it. There's no motion before the court. There's none of that. It's just, I'm going to tell. And then she went and told. It's stupid. It's stupid. But if she can successfully serve one person, which is not difficult, she's making it difficult. So are you trying to avoid successfully serving people so that then you can come up with some grand conspiracy or excuse as to why your lawsuit was dismissed by the court and you wasted $405 filing fee? You get one party served, you can get a little bit of leeway on the docket for we need more time to serve these other entities, blah, 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 blah. Somebody's touring out of the country. We don't have the ability to serve them until after such and such a date, whatever. If you have a valid reason, courts will give you leeway, but you got to really show your efforts, and that they've been exhaustive and that there's no harm to any party in extending deadlines and things like that. So and no, there are no updates on that. I don't expect there to be any update on that. That is the least important thing on the docket for Drake v. UMG right now. The most important thing on the docket right now is the motion to dismiss. And then after that, it's discovery stuff, which the judge hasn't touched. So I'm like, maybe we get a ruling this week. Who knows? That would be great. That would be great. I'm ready. Pre-sale signed copies have started. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy? I had him right down there. What happened? Did I grab the wrong graphic? Oh, maybe I didn't. I must have not. I do this all the time. I forget to download it. I'll go back and I'll update it with something, and then I'll forget to download it. And then when I go to grab the photo, oh, I don't see him on here. Oh, there he is. I grabbed the wrong one. Yeah, Hulk Hogan died. That's what the Ill of the Dead comment was on the title of this video. There's his ugly ass face. For the sake of posterity, we got to have his ugly mug right there. That ugly, 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 ugly man. This Stephen Guy. Rest in piss, brother. Rest in piss. Rest in all the piss. Yeah, I don't have anything positive to say about Hulk Hogan. Fuck that guy. Total trash human being. And very glad that he won't be standing up to squawk out his bullshit rhetoric out his mouth anymore. No, there'll be somebody else to take his place, but you know, it's been decades of that motherfucker, and I'm sick of him. So bye. I don't have anything nice to say. Sick of him. Bye. There are certain people that you just see when they pop up spewing their bullshit, where you just the thought that crosses your mind is either just die or you're not dead yet. And he's one of them. Yeah, he was a racist piece of shit. He was a racist, sexist piece of shit of a human being. He was that bad. Thank you, old school Gemini, Docket Fun, Princey Snacks, whatever you want it for fun. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me. Somebody stole something off of the gift list. And it happened more than once. And so I was like, I don't like to go straight to I'm being stolen from. This is true. You're absolutely right. Kiki, his last appearance in the ring included everybody booing incredibly loudly. I'm glad he knew how the world felt about him before he left. Halla fucking Luya. You're absolutely right. I did see that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do understand people who have a knee-jerk, nostalgic childhood reaction to, oh my God. Because when they think of Hulk Hogan, they're not thinking of that face. They don't even know who this dude is. they're thinking of somebody a long time ago. So I do understand that knee jerk. And, wrestling is near and dear to Black folk. But if you haven't kept up and don't know that this motherfucker is out there spewing the craziest shit, then I guess you ain't keep up on nothing else, because if he hit the mainstream with it several times. You think I keep up with Hulk Hogan? No. You think I give a damn about anything he says? No. And all of that was forced upon me because the shit he said or did was so goddamn horrible. It made the mainstream news, and I saw it. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne died the other day, and I was like, wrong Osbourne. That is exactly what I said out loud. Out loud. Wrong one. Wrong one. Could have taken the other one first. That would have been great. Would have appreciated that. Fuck. Oh, he's being remembered right here in this way. This is how he's being remembered. You want me to step aside for white people and their glorification of him and his ignorant, abusive, racist, misogynistic, homophobic ass? Is that what you want me to do? Because you bend over for MAGA? Cox? Oh no, we don't do that here. This is how he's being remembered here. This is how he's being immortalized here. Because this is all truth and fact and a part of his actual fucking legacy. So if you don't like it, please kick rocks all the way down the block, around the corner, to them white people. They don't give a good goddamn about you. You don't know me to judge me. If you got a problem with me, text me. Oh God, that's right. You ain't got my fucking number. So you ain't got a problem with me. Because you don't know me.
Mr. Scott, open the door. Mr. Scott, now.
Sharon. It's literally in the headline of this video. Ill of the dead. That's what we're speaking. I am here to encourage it. I'm here to provide a safe space for that. I'm here to make sure the motherfucking record reflects the truth. Ill of the dead. Tui. Tui. What the fuck is the matter with you? Go pull yourself together somewhere else. Oh, yeah, but if I had to pick right now, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. It goes file it under Ill of the Dead. I agree with you 1,000%. But I'm like, if I had to pick an Osborne right now, you could have picked the other one. That would be helpful to humankind because that's another one with a microphone spewing the most unhelpful shit into society right now on both sides of the pond. Yeah, so right now in this moment, wrong one. wrong one. Next time, come get the other one. Her whole face has started to collapse in on itself. I can't stand that woman. Yeah, Ill of the Dead. Ill. of the dead. We curse lineages here. I don't know what you must be new. We curse bloodlines and lineages here. He did a bunch of shit. A bunch of shit. Jesus Christ. Doreen. Was there a comma needed in there? Was there a comma needed in there? Was it, look how he's being remembered, comma. Don't be a horrible person. Is that what you were saying? Check me. Check me. Do I need to flash a titty? It's not going to happen. Check me. If I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong, and I'm going to apologize. It's not the same. It's not the same if I was wrong. I just need to say, well, I misunderstood. My bad. I apologize to you. I don't apologize for anything else I said about that motherfucker, though. That's for damn sure. I apologize to you. Sincerely. Doreen. Thank you. Like, we shouldn't be horrible humans, so we wouldn't be remembered that way when we pass. Yeah, and I mean, somebody is always horrible to somebody. I've no doubt that when I go, there are going to be people that are going to be like, oh, thank God I couldn't stand that bitch. And if you want to know, I'm in competition with a person on who dies first, who gets to dance first. Who gets to dance first? Statistically, I have better odds of being able to dance first, but hey, you never know. Shit could happen. I could die, 5 minutes from now. And that broad might get to dance first. Yeah. But you're right. When you've got, stadiums full of people booing you, you might be doing the wrong thing. When you've got when the day comes, you know what day I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it. I don't want the algo to come for me. But when the day comes, you know what day I'm talking about. And he dies because he's going to die. He's going to die. I am probably going to be so happy that I'm going to scream. I'm going to go outside, scream at the top of my lungs. I'm going to fist pump. I'm going to dance. And millions of people around the world are going to celebrate when he dies, because he's going to die. I hope we all live long enough to see it, but he's going to die. It's going to be great. It's going to be a global celebration. Global celebration. Global celebration. But there will also be global mourning. There will be people who swore he was the greatest person to ever live, the greatest person to ever hold the office, the greatest this, the greatest that. But there's gonna be a party. I'm gonna be so fucking happy. I might cry. Just tears of relief and joy. Uh Legacy is tricky. Legacy is a tricky thing. It's tricky, and it's not static either. It's not one thing. There can be overwhelming, themes and consensus, but legacy is nuanced and layered. Confetti, fireworks. Like I said, I'm in competition with one person. With one person. And there are times where I really think about it too. I think about like when it happens, because it's gonna happen. Hopefully I'm alive when it does. When it happens, how will I find out? Because somebody's gonna tell me. I'm pretty sure I know who the person. Pretty sure I know of all the people, candidates of who's gonna tell me. Pretty sure I know which person's gonna tell me. I wonder how they're gonna tell me. They're probably gonna come over here and tell me to my face. Such and such has passed away, and then I'm gonna have to like freeze time or something. I don't know. Really, I'm gonna have to freeze time and just like hold that moment, hold that moment before I actually have a full reaction to it. Oh yeah, I think about it because it's only gonna happen once, right? It's only gonna happen once. And I want to make sure that I have the most satisfying experience that I can have. Ill of the Dead. Pizza parties all over the world, drinking. Oh yeah, I don't really drink champagne either, but I did just start to think to myself, like, I might need to just get a bottle of something and just stick it in the cabinet, and that's the bottle for that day. Well, maybe actually, now that I've told you that I'm in competition with somebody, maybe I need 2 bottles. Maybe I need a bottle for the day we're all waiting for, and then maybe I need a bottle for the day that I'm waiting for. Absa is a real grown up with real nemesis, and I respect that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Doreen, I appreciate you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Anything can happen, but we pray you win. Oh, child. Because I've said this before that, to save the children of the damned, sometimes the damned need to die. I firmly believe that there are people in families that are like a curse. Their existence in a family impacts everybody. And I'm going to talk about my family. I'm just talking about period. And it's interesting to see when certain people die, what happens when the curse is lifted, how people react, and what is the default state that they revert to naturally as a person. And so that's another reason why I'm like, I hope that I do get to dance first, because I also want the experience of sitting back and watching that family when that person dies, and watching the curse be lifted off of that family, and seeing where they all shake out. Because I don't know if they know they're cursed. I don't know if they know that person is a fucking curse. I have 5 nemesis, which I call nemesi, because the plural of nemesis is just nemesis, and that's disappointing. I have 5 nemesis. And no, you don't know who any of these people are. That's not true. And when I say this, this is not theoretical. These are literal nemesis. Let me think. Two of them are known people. No. I mean blood feud nemesis. Not like I don't even like you, but like to death, motherfucker. To death. That kind of nemesis. No, I said these are not theoretical. These are not like people out in the world that I don't have a direct connection to. Capital N nemesis. Yeah. Capital N nemesis. This part. This part. I've told this story before, so I don't have a problem saying it now, but yeah, I've said this before. What capital N nemesis, people that have done who I've had to cross paths with, not out of my own desire, who have caused people real harm. Sometimes people that I know, sometimes people that I don't know, or people that have tried to cause me severe harm because of the work that I do. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to tell the story. Change my mind. Leave it there. I'm not going to tell the story. Don't need you all going and trying to figure out who it is. We don't do that. We don't do that. Let me maintain my little cocoon and safe space. Okay. 3 minutes. Any questions? Make them quick, make them fast, make them good. And then I'm out of here. I got to go put on the weather has changed by 30 degrees since 5 o'clock this morning outfit, because now I'm hot. That's what summer is like in Seattle. In the morning, it's October. In the afternoon, it's hell. It actually is really good to let you know when what matters and what doesn't matter in terms of when you have a problem with somebody or somebody has a problem with you. Yes, I am an October Scorpio. Absa, have you watched the 520 to 25 that Tyler posted as promos to different songs off his new album? I watched one of them, but I haven't watched the other ones. He is hosting The Daily Show this week, and I'm very excited about that. I haven't watched a whole week of The Daily Show since Leslie Jones guest hosted. And then before that, the last time I watched it was Trevor Noah's last episode. I'm happy for him. He's hilarious. Stays hilarious. Smart one, that one. I saw that. He posted on his YouTube that he was going to be interviewing her and was very excited about it. All right. Well, it's good to see y'all. Good to hang out with y'all. Good to get caught up on these little topics. What was I going to say? Reminder, book sale, pre-sale is happening. Copy one if you're a member. The discount code for individual books are in your membership areas. Seek and you shall find. And I will see you soon. I'm on pins and needles for this damn decision. I really am. I'm just like, okay, I'm ready. Oops, excuse me. I'm just like, I'm ready. Go ahead and drop the decision. But it really just ping pongs in my head of the anticipation is starting to drive me a little crazy, a little cuckoo crazy. Y'all have a good day. Beat the heat if it's hot where you are. Eat something good. Watch something funny. Don't let these biscuit heads get to y'all. I will see y'all very soon. Peace.